Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Wisdom from the Angels. Hi, my name is Carolyn, and I'm an energy intuitive as well as an angel card reader. Everything you need to know about me is in the box below, and if you want to reach out, that's in the box below also. Also, today is the new moon in Leo, and tonight we are doing a meditation where we include energy information, what's going on the planet, as well as an angelic meditation. So if you're interested, shoot me an email, and you have to do it before, let's see, what time do we start? You have to do it before 7 p.m. Eastern time so that I can make sure you get the information, okay? Um, we are also going to be looking at how the new moon is impacting us tomorrow in that read. I'm going to go in a little bit more. But today I'm going to look at it from the angelic realm point of view. Which angel would I use during this time? Leo is a very bright star. It is also a very, people who are Leos come off as bright stars, I should say that. And they are very bold people. They're people who they dress to impress. They're people who are very generous, very childlike, very fun people. And because Leo happens in the summer, we know that it is a time of celebration. Usually when Leo starts at the end of July and going through August, we call these the dog days of summer. It's when we're trying to get those last little bit of days of summer and whatever it is we enjoy doing, be it going to the beach or camping out or being at a camp or meditating or going on a trip. We try to get all those things done during the Leo season and finish it up before school begins. And speaking of school, my cousin is heading off to college tomorrow. So I want to say congratulations, Amira, and I hope you have a beautiful and wonderful year. Okay? We're going to get started with the read today, and I'm going to go ahead by calling in the angels. All right? So hang in here with me. Angels, spirit guides come into this reading and help us. Bring in the ancestors, bring in the archangels, bring in the animal totems, bring in our ancestors, bring in the galactic beings who are here to support, guide, and bring clarity. Surround us in your beautiful and loving light to keep us safe, to keep us protected, and to remind us of our magnificence and your presence. We are so grateful for all that you do and grateful for each and every blessing. Thank you so much for being in our lives, and thank you for all the wonderful opportunities and possibilities and miracles that show up. Thank you, 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 thank you. So today, which archangel am I calling in today? And I keep hearing Michael. Michael is the guardian of the Homeland Security and police and organizations that protect us. Michael is all about guiding us out of our fears. You know, fear is false evidence appearing real. And right now, there is a lot of fear-based conversation occurring in the United States especially, if not around the globe. And we are also living at a time where each and every day you wake up and there might be jaw-dropping news. From something as American as apple pie, like the United States Postal Service being under the magnifying glass right now, is just absolutely incredible, some of the things that are happening in this country. I'm not going to get political, and I think everyone has their own political slant, whether you're a political person or not. But I do hope that wiser leaders around the world will begin to link and join up so that we can start to see progress along the lines of peace. Our planet is crying out in many ways. Mother Nature is crying out. You see how the storms have been different, and I think we're going to start to see more extreme forms of weather coming up. I know here on the central coast of California, we are used to days where we have a high of maybe 75 and our evenings as low as 58 or 55. The last 3 or 4 days we've been in a heat wave, which they predicted last week was only going to be 2 days. It's supposed to start on Saturday and go through till Monday. Well, it started last Thursday and it is still here. And I don't know many of you, if you know about the central coast of California. I'm about 90 miles north of LA. And it is, today's temperature right now is 82 degrees. Whereas I can go 20 miles in either direction and it might be 100. So it's an interesting place to be. I've shared that I'm about 8 minutes from the beach. So I did that walk this morning, and I got my walk in early when it was still in the low 70s. I think when I left out it was 71 degrees. And I did my 5 miles, and I'm going to go out when the sun starts to set and do another mile or two. I do love walking, and it gets all that extra stress and tension out of my cells. But I'm calling in Archangel Michael, and I'm going to be using the deck, the Archangels and Gemstone Guardian cards. And I'm called to use that today because of this new moon. And this new moon, and it says that the Archangel to go to is Michael. And as I did the pull earlier, it's interesting because all of the cards that fell out of the deck were about Archangel Michael. So that's an interesting message to come across. And I'm going to support the deck with the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. And Denise Lynn was one of my first teachers back in the 90s. And she was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul, and very knowledgeable. But we're going to look at what she is, what we can use, to enhance this message from Archangel Michael. So I'm going to shuffle these for 5. That was 2. This is 3. This is, okay, cards, come on now. I know it's hot. 4. Even the cards are saying it's too hot to be shuffled. I cracked my own self up. I hope y'all are laughing with me. Okay, she says take the one on the top. Oh my goodness. All right, so should I take any other cards? No, that one is fine. Well, I'm going to take the bottom one too, and because of the message for today. So let me get my glasses on. The message from Archangel Michael today says, I am a clear channel of love, light, and well-being. All is well in my life. I have great mental clarity, balanced emotions, and financial abundance. All of my heart's desires are realized now. The way is always evident and effortless. And that's the card. And on the back it says for the gemstone or the crystal to use clear quartz. Now clear quartz can look like this. Although that looks like a combination of clear and smoky. But the clear part that you see, that's clear quartz. And it says to hold this and ask this question of yourself. What is it you don't understand? What are you missing? Are you missing the point? And it says, it is time to gain clarity and have a clearer picture of what is truly going on within you and around you. Decide that you want to see the bigger picture. Get focused, stay focused. Meditation and contemplation will help you see the greater perspective from varying points of view. Now, to support that message, from Denise's book comes the card Wisdom. And that's a beautiful, 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 it looks like a mermaid. Yes, look at her tail. And look at all the fish in the sea and the turtles and all of the different fish that are, because you see the turtle back here in the background. And they just look like they are having a wonderful time. And you see the fish are back there, the beautiful orange fish. Let's see what she says about this card, Wisdom. Because the card that we got is all about getting clarity. And when we have clarity in a situation, boy, that opens up the world for us. So it's saying wisdom. This is the depths of the sea. The surface of the sea can be choppy and turbulent, but when we sink down into the depths, the surroundings are different. There is a stillness below. In other cases, the surface of the sea might seem very calm, yet deep down the liquid blue is a myriad of characters and a variety of seaweed. A vast community of creatures, eating, mating, giving birth, and dying. What we see on the sea surface has little to do with what is occurring below. So what are the angels saying to us today? They're saying things are not as they seem. Look below the surface of your life. Really begin to look down underneath situations and begin to really hone in on what is going on and what actions you can take to get you moving further down the line. Releasing the past, they're saying. Release the past and let it go. Release all of the shame, the blaming, and start to take responsibility in your life so that you can have clarity and so that the messages that are coming through can be heard in their authenticity. They're also saying use the energy of this new moon especially, because this is a fiery new moon. Leo is a fire sign, and using the energy of fire at this time will really help you get clear about the wisdom. It also is saying that if you're going through a stormy cycle, keep moving forward. The light at the end of the tunnel is not an oncoming train. Look, because in a deeper place, all is well. Look for deeper understanding in all situations. You know, we have had a few months here where things have been very, very, very challenging. But I think out of that challenge is going to come some very, very interesting information for us to really, really look inside, to really begin to see with clarity that everything we think we're seeing, that there's something else going on just below the surface. And the other card that fell out also was transformation. And you see this beautiful, beautiful butterfly, and in the middle is a beautiful rose. And roses open up from a very small place to this beautiful, beautiful flower. And when you watch your rose as it's going through all of its different layers of transformation, you can really begin to see it, all of its beauties start to just unfold. And what is a butterfly before it is transformed? It is a caterpillar, just kind of creeping along, doing its thing. Then it's in a cocoon, and then out of the chrysalis comes this beautiful butterfly. And that's where we are right now in our evolution. We are all transforming. We are all going through some sort of transformation. I'm going to look up and see what Denise says about this. She says that it's no accident that the butterfly represents rebirth and resurrection. It doesn't instantly happen. In at any time, something different can emerge from what we thought it would be. Oh, she goes on to say and share with us, in Native American tribes it is believed that a wish whispered to a butterfly will be granted when it flies to the heavens. And that the color blue represents peace and calmness. And also the color blue is about spiritual attunement. The energy of blue is all about us really paying attention. Think of the sky. The sky is over us. Think of the seas and the ocean that we're on this. This is causing us to use that same wisdom of not getting so attached to what is showing up on the landscape, up on the surface, but allowing ourselves to go beneath. You know, sometimes you may find yourself resisting change. You may find yourself needing to take that next step that can change an entire situation from chaos to harmony, where you can change fear into love. And that is what is going on right now, and kind of what we've been dealing with for the last 7 months. Is it 7 months? Oh my gosh. Yeah, since COVID came around, well, 4 months, 5 months, 5 months. Things are different. Something is very different. Things are completely different than what we thought they were. And we need to start looking below the surface. As in the U.S., as in the United States, we are in a time of unrest, a time of, political conventions are going on right now. I forgot all about that. Day 2 of the DNC's convention. We're at a time where there's a lot happening with a lot of structures that we've come to rely on and that we've taken for granted. Because one structure I know we've always taken for granted has been the Postal Service. Yay when you get great news, boo when you don't. You know, how many times have you gone to the mailbox and said, oh, no news is good news, and been happy that there was no mail? But this is also a time where we can really get clarity around the messages and not just believe what we see on TV, but to do our own investigation, to do our own legwork, so to speak, and really get clear about what message is really being played out. Not give in to the fear, to step back. With this new moon in Leo, you know, Leos are the king of the jungle, or the queens of the jungle, and to really begin to step into our own mastery, our own self-maturity, our own wisdom, and really begin to see how we can shift things in our own lives so that they shift from a place of confusion and chaos to a place of calmness and peace and love. Unconditional love of another means just that. There are no conditions around how you love someone, and that's a very hard lesson to learn. When you say I unconditionally love you, that means I accept you with all of your flaws and all of your wonderful attributes. It also means that while I accept you, I also deserve respect, and I also deserve to be honored. And as we are going through this transformation, start to see where you have let those walls down and those boundaries down, where there wasn't always that level of respect for your own self. Start to look and see, and I say this with the understanding that please be gentle with yourself. This isn't a beat up on yourself time. This isn't a time to go plug in away looking for things to regret. This is a time to really reflect and then begin to move forward, to show up in the way we'd like to show up for our own selves, not for anyone else, and to do our own work. We cannot do the work for anyone else. And to really get clear about what it is we truly desire. What would make our hearts sing? What would make us so excited for each and every day? And start to get clear about that. You know, I read a lot of comments on social media, and I've read them on other readers' channels where I was waiting for him to figure his life out. He wants me to do his work, and I'm gonna try. And you know, I keep picking the same person in a different suit. Why is that? And part of that is, and what is going on in 2020 is that this is the year where we're clearing a lot of karma. And we're going to be working on that. But one of the first places we have to start is with ourselves and get clear about, why am I here? What is my purpose? And start to move in that direction. There may have been times where you wore many hats. You may have worn the hat of mom at one time, and you may still be someone's mother. But you're different in that, especially if they've grown and they're grown adults, you're not going to be baking cookies and putting a kiss on their forehead because they got some bad news. We have got to really be kinder to ourselves and others. We really have to be a little more loving to ourselves, and before we can even begin to start loving someone else. And stop, if you're waiting for someone else to come along and bring you happiness and make your life better, let's stop that conversation, because that's not going to happen. You were put here on earth to live your life, your one true life. Great if you have a beautiful soul to walk with you. Start taking responsibility for your choices so that the transformation can come from a place of wisdom. As we are honoring the message from Archangel Michael, and I love working with the energy of Archangel Michael. Michael is, when he comes through, and I'm doing readings, especially one-on-one readings, Michael comes through as this huge, bigger than life energy, and exuding such warmth and such love and such peace. And I invite you to start calling in the angels. And how do we do that? We put our hands to our heart, and we take in 4 deep breaths, and we then call in the angels. Another way that I can show you, or I tell you, I can't show you this, but I can tell you this, is you can also do and use what is called a heart link. And how do we do that? We get real still. We say a prayer and ask the angels to surround us and guide us and protect us. And we get clear. And we set an intention. And it could be a simple one as, angels, today my intention is to follow your clear guidance. And then take your thumb and middle finger and put them together. And that energizes a thread of energy up your arm, through your heart, and up to the heavens, where we connect with the angelic realm. And then talk to them. Ask them to join their energy with yours. And begin to really have a conversation about what you truly, truly desire. And say it. Angels, I desire more peace, more love, more harmony, more balance in my life. And I receive it. I claim it. And I will be that individual who is asking for your guidance. And I am so grateful and thankful for you being in my life. I am so grateful and thankful for all the many ways you show up. And then end it on however you choose, with an amen, so be it, namaste, a bow, however it feels right for you. But really begin to hone in on what it is you truly want, so that you can have that wonderful transformation from a place of true wisdom. And if you're not sure which angel to call on this channel, what do we say? Get the flock in here. So get the flock in here. Let's get doing our own personal transformation. Start stepping into our own self-mastery. It is vital. It is what we're here for. That is the message for today. Come back tomorrow. I'll talk a little more about the new moon tomorrow, and we'll really get into some more cards and pull some more. I think I have 2 decks of mine I'll be using. One is Mother Mary, and start to get the divine message that is meant for each and every one of us as we transform, as we use the wisdom that is available to us from the universal divine force. Namaste. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for showing up. See you tomorrow.